Okay, now that we've finished practicing drawing our flowers, we're ready to make our final artwork. I'm going to be using a Sharpie today and some watercolor paper. I'm going to be using a Sharpie because it's permanent and it won't bleed when we start adding the watercolor. If you don't have these supplies at home, you can just use anything that you have. You could use crayon, marker, pencil, and any sort of paper that you have at home. If you are using watercolor, I do recommend using watercolor paper so it holds the watercolor. Okay, so remember when you're using a Sharpie, you just want to unsnap your cap and place it on the back. Anytime that we're not using it, we want to put the lid on because Sharpies will stain. We want to make sure that we're using a surface. We have our artwork on a surface that we can easily clean, or we can always protect the surface by putting newspaper behind it. Okay, so to begin, you're just going to find the middle of your paper. I like to use my finger and I just point. And then from there, I'm going to make a really small dot just so I know where it is. And then I'm going to draw a line. It's a horizontal line, and it just kind of goes right across my paper. Now, I can just look at that. It's about 3 finger widths to 4 finger widths away from the edge. So just kind of be mindful of where your line is. And then from there, I'm going to go down. And from there, I'm about 3 finger widths from the bottom. So I can just kind of point and get a good placement for it. Then I'm going to make a small dot. Now the base of my vase is going to be shorter or narrower than the top. So I'm going to just draw a line that is not as wide as the top. And I'm just going to go from one side to the other. Again, this is a horizontal line like the horizon. And then I'm going to connect the 2 lines. And I have my vase. Okay, so from there, we're going to go above our vase and we're going to draw different types of flowers. I practiced a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pick a few that I like, and then I'm going to be repeating them. So I really like this one. I think I'll use it again. And maybe something like this, and maybe I'll do a couple of buds. So I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to be doing. You can do any type of flower that you like. Maybe all of your flowers are different. Maybe you repeat some. You get to choose. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to draw a spiral. And now I know I want to be repeating some of my flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of plan out where those flowers are going to go by drawing different spirals around my paper. So I've got 3, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the petals. Again, I'm using that kind of rectangular shape. And just go around and I add all of my petals. Oh, it looks like this petal is going to go back in behind. So this one overlaps. I can see that this flower is already drawn, so it's going to be the one that's coming in front. And then these petals will go in behind. And I don't need to finish drawing it because you can't see it. So it's kind of got to imagine where it would go in behind that other petal. And I'm going to do this last one here. I don't want to make my shapes too small because then it gets too hard to color. So I'm making them nice and big. Oh, looks like we're going to go off the page there. That's fine. And then I'm going to add some different types of flowers. So just cute little, maybe like daisies. Now each of these have 5 petals. You can make yours have more or less. a couple more. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some little flower buds because I think they're cute, and then add some interest, and then I will add a few kind of vines or swirls, and maybe I'll do a leaf. Could do some more leaves up in here. Maybe a big leaf in behind this petal, and another leaf. Okay, so I've got all of my flowers drawn, and then I'm going to decorate my vase. I'm just going to do vertical lines, like stripes, since my vase is nice and tall. Now, if your vase ends up being shorter, maybe you could do horizontal lines. And then I want to put my vase on a tabletop. So I'm just going to find the middle of my vase. I can point to it, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge. So I can kind of just plan out where I'm going to be drawing, and then I will connect. And it's going to go all the way across, so I can just use my finger and connect to the other side. Now it's time to decorate my tablecloth. I think my tablecloth today is going to be polka dots. You could do stripes. Since I have vertical stripes here, I could do horizontal stripes if I wanted, or I could do a checkered pattern. Maybe I'll show you guys how to do a checkered pattern here in just a second. So I've got dots, polka dots, okay, that's pretty good. And again, once I'm finished, I'm just gonna snap the cap on my Sharpie.